Hi, people. Welcome, welcome. Happy 1st of July. We are live. This is my first time on YouTube, so hi, YouTube. I'm really happy to be here with you guys right now. My name is McKellin. I'll be teaching you an hour-long yoga class here. It's going to be gentle. It's going to be slow. It's really great for beginners. It's really great for those who are newer to movement or tend to kind of stray away from movement. If you've got yoga blocks, that could be helpful, but it's not necessary. You might consider having some blankets nearby or some pillows nearby, and just get yourself nice and situated. And I'll say all these things again in a moment. And we're going to start lying on our back. So for those of you that are there and you're set up and you're ready to rock and roll, you could just start to lie down and start to rest. And I'll just give us a couple more moments and we'll get started together. All right. Hi, Jessica. Yeah, so there's this really great chat feature. So for those of you who, I'm used to really interacting with you guys on Zoom and seeing you if you have your cameras on. If you want to chat and say hi and tell me that you're out there, then I know you're there. If you're like, no, I just kind of want to keep to myself, that's all good. I'll give another introduction here since we're about one after. This is my favorite yoga to teach because it's simple. Hi, Kelly. And in my years of practicing yoga, and hi, Andy, hi, Emily. In my years of practicing yoga, I find that the most potent is the most simple. And in today's yoga world, it's great, right? We want the athletics, we want the challenge, we want these kind of fancier shapes. Hi, Annie. But right now, what a lot of us need is to help calm ourselves down, to help learn to feel a little more safe, a little more comfortable in the skin that we're wearing. So that's my goal here today. All right. If you are, hi, Andrea, hi, Matt. If you are new and you're just dropping in, if you've got yoga bricks, they can be really, really supportive. Yoga blocks, that's another name for that. I oftentimes would suggest using 2 Nalgene bottles. So if you've got water bottles of any type, that can be a nice replacement for yoga blocks. Let's see. The other thing is blankets, pillows, if you want those nearby. We're going to do a couple moments of lying down, definitely some seated postures, and we'll take a long lying down meditation at the end of class. So whatever you need to be comfortable. And cool, let's start. Lie down, friends. Lie down. I'll move my yoga mat back just a little bit. Please know that this practice is intended for everybody, for all levels. So if at any point in time I say something that doesn't work for your body, it causes pain in your body, or it feels uncomfortable, or you just know that it's not right for you, please don't do it, right? We don't practice pain. So if you can see my body as I'm lying down, I like to have my feet flat and my knees bent, and then I rest my knees against one another. I tend to have a sensitive low back, and this feels really great in my body. For your body, you might want to lie down, maybe arms wide, maybe hands on the body. If you want a little stretch and it feels okay to bring the feet together and the knees out wide, you're welcome to take that shape as well. The name of the game tonight, this evening, is choice, and it's really a celebration of you. If you would like, you can bring your elbows out wide like mine are and rest your palms on your rib cage. If for any reason it doesn't feel right to rest the hands on the rib cage, another option is to bring the arms out to a goalie post and let the shoulders soften back. Take a moment to arrive. And what I mean by that is oftentimes our focus is outside of our body. And for this next hour, notice what it would be like to let those 10,000 other things rest and to refocus your awareness inside of your body as much as you can, knowing that you always have permission to allow the mind to wander. And then get curious about what it's like to bring the mind back, to come back inside your body, to feel what you feel without expectation and without judgment. And just feel yourself shift into this space. Let the face soften. Let the jaw soften. And as you come into your body, let everything get a little heavier. So maybe this is the first time you've lied down after getting up this morning, right? If so, feel the residue of your day. Maybe you've been lying down a lot today and this feels pretty familiar, pretty comfortable. But either way, just take notice of what this feels like lying down on your back. Feel the position your body's in and notice if there's any opportunity to get more comfortable, right? You're welcome to place the pillows behind the knees or something behind the head for comfort. We're going to do a little breathing exercise here. If you'd like to follow along, you might want to consider hands on the ribs. But first to start, just notice the breath coming in through your nose and allow the breath to come out through your mouth, beginning to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Stay with that smooth breath in through the nose and an exhale out the mouth. Stay with that breath. The parasympathetic nervous system is the part of your awareness, really, that allows you to rest and digest and integrate all of the things that have happened around you. Now, if you would like to breathe in and out through the nose, if that feels more comfortable for you, or even breathing in and out through the mouth for this next one, that's totally fine. Well, walk your awareness down to your rib cage itself, right to the base of the ribs. And as you take your next inhale, can you feel the ribs slightly expand? And on the exhale, feel the ribs slightly contract. Just really studying that gentle, subtle movement of a 360 expansion of the ribs on the inhale, almost like gills on a fish. Then a little contraction, a little drawing in towards midline on the exhale, just like a corset tightening in. And as you focus on this breath, notice how the front ribs move more than the side ribs and the back ribs. And get really curious about your ability to make the breath really even in a circular 360 dimension. Activating the diaphragm muscle, the intercostal muscles of the rib cage itself, and just really beginning to study the mechanisms and the muscles that allow you to breathe. Can you unclench the teeth just 2% more? And soften your forehead and let the eyes be heavy. Take a couple more rounds here. How much air can you bring in? You can exhale out the mouth if you'd like to bring out a little bit extra. As you continue to breathe, you might notice impulses to move. Maybe you want to roll through the wrists, but just allow yourself to gently and softly and slowly begin to work some movement into your body. There's no right, there's no wrong. Just beginning to notice what kind of movement wants to happen right here on your back. Might be really small, just staying with the movement of your breath. It might be really large, full body stretches, or even lateral flexions, right side to side. Maybe you cross an ankle or pull a wrist. And I'm just giving examples of what I'm doing in my body. You're welcome to follow along. I'm taking it to the other side. But I really encourage you to start to notice what feels right to move and how to move right here on your back. And eventually, and you can take your time, it's okay to be off my pace. We'll set up for a spinal twist using the right knee drawing into the chest. I like to roll out my right ankle a couple times, both directions. Then you can use the left hand across the knee to drive the right knee into that twist. You'll roll to the outer left hip, then extend the right arm out like a capital T directly out from the right shoulder. If you'd like to place something underneath your right knee for low back or knee or hip support, feel free. Then if it's not painful, gaze all the way over your right shoulder to get the full twist of your body. Focus on what it feels like to twist your spine in this way. Send your awareness to where you feel the stretch. Maybe you can feel more sensation in the outer right hip. Maybe you can feel more sensation in the side of the low back or the rib cage or the shoulder blade or the upper back. Just study it and take a couple big breaths into your ribs here and see about expanding in a 360 dimension and contracting in a 360 dimension all around your tubular core. If you want to hang out a second longer, feel free. I'm going to slowly roll onto the back and take it to the other side. I like to give my right knee a little compression first. And then we'll just take it simply right to the other side with the left knee in. Hands on the shin so you can get a nice compression to the left hip. Roll out the left ankle just to balance out the movement we did on the other side. And use the right hand to guide the left knee across the midline, left arm out to a capital T, gaze to the left. Be here now with what is. And what I mean by that, it's like you're becoming an investigator of the present moment, of really using your mind to investigate the felt sense of your body in each shape. For those of you who have more of experience in the yoga practice, it really requires a lot of unconditioning. Those of you with an athletic background, right, it takes an unlearning of competition within the movement and really using and looking at these postures and this breath as medicine. Like, what can I do with my body and my breath to begin to alter the way I feel, to move towards sensations that are pleasant in the body? Knowing that it doesn't always happen and being okay, kind of riding that wave into the next. If you'd like to stay a little longer on the left side, feel free. Otherwise, roll onto your back. Once again, an option to give your left knee a little squeeze in. If you'd like, both knees can come in this time. Take a moment on your back. You can roll side to side. You can take some circles with the knees. And I recommend here giving some awareness, some loving attention to your low back, your outer hips, and that plate bone, the sacrum at the base of the spine. Give it a little massage against the ground. Now listen carefully to where we're going. We're going to take it up to seated. There are so many different ways to get there. If you'd like, you can roll to one side of your body and come straight up. Or you can come just straight forwards, avoiding the roll to the side for whatever reason. If you'd like a little boat pose or there's a fancier way that you want to get up to seated, feel free. So I'll come a little bit closer to the camera for this next one. We're going to work into alternate nostril breathing. And when we do this breath, some of you know we use the hand and it's a little bit tricky, and the hardest part is the hand alignment. So take your time. I'm using my right hand, so it might appear that I'm using my left hand to you, but use your right hand. And then check it out. Ring finger, pinky, and thumb are going to stay extended. Tuck your index and middle finger down. See, even explaining it can be a little bit confusing. And the reason why we do this is it's a really nice way to plug the nostrils, right? The left nostril and the right nostril the thumb, left nostril to ring finger and pinky. And I know the ring finger and pinky can feel kind of weird to extend it out. And so if it needs to be curled, that's fine. And check this out. If for any reason it feels weird to touch your face and you're like, not for me today, then you can just visualize the breath. You'll get the same benefits. If for any reason breathing out the nose is not right and you want to just stay with us and breathe through the mouth, again, you're getting the benefits of breath. If it's okay to use the hands and you want to use different fingers, that's fine, right? Take a moment and just notice how you might be breathing easier out of one nostril than the other. So I talked about the exhaling out the mouth, activating the parasympathetic, right? You notice in times of stress, you give a kind of unconsciously. It's the body's survival technique to kind of calm us down. So when there's more breath out of the right nostril, oftentimes that's our movement towards activation, right? We're moving towards something. A problem needs to be solved. We need to get somewhere. The left nostril tends to be a little bit more of that parasympathetic, right? That rest and kind of relax mode. So as you sit tall, if you'd like to use the hand, take a moment to place the palm in towards the face. Sit up tall as you can. Take a smooth breath in through your nose, both nostrils, and exhale out the mouth. Plug the left nostril and slowly inhale up the right side. Plug the right nostril, exhale out the left. Stay and inhale up the left side. Switch and exhale out the right side. Stay and inhale up the right side. Switch and exhale out the left. Stay and inhale. Switch and exhale. On your own, you'll always stay for the inhale breath. You'll always switch the thumb, switch the finger for the exhale. Stay for the inhale. Switch for the exhale. And as you continue this breath on your own, how easy can you allow this breath to be? So if my pace was a little too fast or a little too slow, find the rhythm of your breath that allows you to take in an easy breath and a big breath. And I say easy first because it's more important to allow the breath to be easy and gentle than it is to go for that full capacity breath. You might even play around with how soft you can allow the body to be even as you sit tall. Noticing if you can soften around the shoulders, the throat, the shoulders. Soften around the back space of the ears, the top of the head. Even the plug of the fingers softens. So you're not forcing the breath, you're just inviting it. A little air might even be moving through. Stay with this for a couple more rounds. When you are ready to be done, you'll finish by exhaling out the left nostril with the thumb plugged to the nose. Once you've completed that breath, and please take your time, you're welcome to sit in a moment and pause, letting the 10,000 things rest as you practice taking full residency within yourself. Notice the thoughts in your mind. Are there some space between those thoughts? Or are they pretty rapid right now? No judgment, no right or wrong, just checking in. As you check into the felt sense of your body, is there an emotion present, or are there a couple emotions present? Sadness, happiness, anger, tiredness, anxiety. Check in. If stillness feels right and you want to stay in it a little longer, feel free. If you'd like to blink open your eyes, you're welcome to. Begin to shift around a little bit, moving the feet, finding that connection to the floor. And then we'll sweep the arms to the sides and stretch up overhead. Spread the fingers wide and really reach up, up, up towards the sky. Notice that the shoulders are hiking up, drop them down away from the ears. Then draw the hands together down in front of the heart. Bring the elbows out wide so you're opening up the chest, stretching the wrists. Take the arms down to the floor and do that again. Sweep the arms up. If you want to take a big inhale, feel free. Maybe you even look up. Lengthen the side bodies. Hug the low belly up. Hands come forwards, elbows wide so that you can open the chest, helping you to breathe a little deeper. One more like that if you'd like. Stretch it up. Big inhale. Reach up, stretch, stretch, stretch. This time, if you want to wiggle a little bit at the top, wiggle a little bit at the top. Then bring the hands down into the heart, elbows wide. Inhale, arms back up. Little change here. Take it over to the right for a twist. So the left hand will come to the outside of the knee, right hand behind you. I'll turn to the side, check this out. I've got my hand pretty close to my low back so that my spine stays long. My ears are over my shoulders are over my hips. I'm not rounding back to work the twist. I'm lifting up to work the twist. So the sensation is almost like you're revolving around yourself. Now listen carefully. Stay in the twist. Take a smooth inhale breath in. Keep the hands where they are. Gaze forwards as you exhale. Take a moment and pause. Feel the twist of the spine. Hands to the floor, everything forwards. Arms up, big inhale. Stretch it up. Really reach. Spread the fingers wide. Lift up. Then take it over to the left for that same twist. Left hand to the outside. Right hand rather to the outside of your thigh, left hand behind you. Locate those sit bones at the base of your spine. There's two of them. Can you plug those in like a socket and into the ground just as much as you're lengthening up through the top of your head? Just like a pillar. Revolve to the right. Excuse me, revolve to the left. I'm mirroring you. Just to the other side. You're probably doing it right. Now here's that funky transition. Take a deep breath in. Keep the body where it is. Just look forwards and really exhale the breath. Hands back. Any other movement you want here in seated, feel free to take it. You might roll around. You might move around. And meet me in a tabletop position on all fours, hands and knees. Hands directly beneath the shoulders, knees directly beneath the hips. Take a moment, reorient, feel this shape. And as you feel this shape, bring your awareness to your spine. And begin to notice, can you move in those same ways we did, seated on our backs? Side to side, you can move. Right, we did that on our backs. You can twist the spine in tabletop by dipping a shoulder into midline, bending the elbow. Dipping a shoulder into midline, bending an elbow. And then you might begin to arc the spine and round the spine. And begin to find those little nooks and crannies, those little special spaces in the body that need a little bit of opening. Right? It's probably in a lot of places. So take your time with each place as you feel it to get really curious about how you can move your spine to stretch your muscles in this shape. How you can move your hips, how you can move your shoulders, your head, your jaw, and any other movement that's calling to you. And just notice what motivates you. And notice, for those of you that have more yoga practice, how you might want to keep things symmetrical. Notice how that message might be coming from your mind, from patterning that you've heard before. Your body is beautifully asymmetric. It will never be symmetrical. It's not how our anatomy is. We have different lobes in the lungs, in the heart. So instead of trying to balance out your body, try to listen to those sensations as if they were friends, right? They're your buddies. They're coming to say, hey, man, check this out. I got something to say to you. I'm going to have them over for a cup of tea. Any other movement here that feels right? It can be as dramatic, it can be as small as you'd like it to be. Please take it. And as you take these moments, as you take these movements, really from the impulse of sensation, not from the thoughts of the mind, just notice what it feels like in the felt sense of you. Getting all the crack, snap, crackle, pops out of the knees. And I'll give you a little roadmap of where we're going next, because it's going to look different for all of us. So before you move, just listen first. We're coming all the way up to standing. For some of us, that means taking a downward facing dog. For some of us, down dog doesn't feel right in the body, right? That's the shape. I'll do it here with the hips piked up and the head low. If you'd like to take that shape, you're welcome to. Remember, it's all about a long spine. You'll probably want to generously bend the knees more than your mind wants you to. And for those of you that down dog's not really the right thing, you can always, mindful of the knees here, lift up onto the knees, hands on hips or hands to the floor as you come up to seated, or excuse me, standing. So those of you in down dog, listen carefully. I'm gonna try to get us all to a standing forward fold very gracefully. So from down dog, you can walk your feet forwards, or you can walk your hands to your feet, whatever feels right to you. Now, if you've already come up to standing as I did in my body, just be very mindful as you come to forward fold. Notice my knees are bent. This is a great place for hands on water bottles, hands on blocks. You can rest your forearms on your thighs. This usually feels really nice on the low back and the hips. And you're getting that same benefit of the head below the heart. Some of you are gonna feel like, hey, my low back's feeling pretty good. My hips are feeling pretty good. My body can hold that dangle action. And if so, you might interlace pinky to elbow crease. And notice how I'm not grabbing onto my elbows. I've got my fingers hooked so that my arms can just kind of hang out. And then that weight of the arms allows you to traction your spine. How heavy can you allow your head to be? Then stillness, maybe. Movement, maybe. Check in with both. And just notice how oftentimes when the body is still, the mind becomes active. And when we give the mind movement to focus on, it kind of gives that energy a roadmap of where to go so that we can begin to make really conscious choices of what we want to focus on and what we want to feed our really intelligent system. Any other options, any other variations in your forward fold, feel free to take it. I like to pedal out my legs a little bit. Some of you might consider bending the knees and sweeping the arms really big for some twists. Some of you might chest expand with the fingers behind the back. Some of you might just shake out the head a little bit, yawn out the jaw, right? Face yoga. When we get anxious, our face muscles tend to get really tight and we forget about them. Check in with the tongue and the eyebrows. Couple ways up to standing, friends. If you would like, you can draw the belly up and use your hands to walk up the thighs. If this is too much for the body in any way, you can just draw the belly in with a flat back and begin to lift up. Maybe you round up. Maybe you handstand up. I don't know. As long as you're here in your body, you're welcome to stand tall with me. You can have the feet hip width distance apart or big toes touching, or maybe take up the whole mat width, right? There's no right or wrong, but take a moment to feel what stance helps you feel the most grounded. So I'm looking right at my tree, Jenny. And that's what we're doing right here. We're rooting down like a tree. We're standing tall in our mountain, this body. And it's okay if you sway a little bit. It's okay if you fidget a little bit. Just have the intention around stillness and connecting to a state of rootedness. Like you're kerplunking your heels right into the floor. Not only into the floor, but through the floor into the soil, into the dirt. If you'd like, within this space of stillness, you might take a moment to just feel your heart beating. Notice your breath moving in the ribs, in between the belly button and the heart. Slowly shake it out a little bit. Shake it out a little bit. Now I'm going to turn towards you. I'm shaking my hands. A lot of you really like this part of class. If you've never taken class with me before, I love to shake it out. So it's like there's no paper towels in the bathroom and you're like, I've got to write something down. I've got to get the water off pretty quickly, right? So I'm just giving them a little shake. But I'm going to start to shake my legs. And you're welcome to, if this doesn't feel great where you are and you want to go into a place that's a little more private, feel free, because this can look kind of strange. I'm just shaking my body, shaking my legs, shaking my hips, shaking my shoulders, shaking my face. What do you need to do here to shake a little bit? And just notice, like for about 2 years of me seeing this kind of exercise, I would either run to the bathroom or I would just watch, like, what is everybody doing? So if that's where you are right now, it's really normal, right? This is not we don't do this a lot. But if it's okay, if it feels okay and it's safe for you, you might shake around a little bit. You might bounce around a little bit. You might be moving your body even more than I'm doing, right? You can totally shake it out. Whew. And the more you shake, the more you discharge. So your body is your nervous system, right? And if you want to reset the nervous system, you've got to shake it out and like really shake out the whole legs, really shake out the whole arms, shake out your whole body. Stay with it, my friends, if you can. You might give it a little more vigor here. Really shake out the legs. Give the legs a lot of shake. Shake out the hips. Shake out the shoulders, the chest one more time. Shake out the head, shake your hair, shake your brain, shake your whole body. Stay with it. Let's do this. Give it all you got for 10. Shake it up for 9. Go for it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Probably a little bit of movement still, so that I can settle down. If you'd like to close your eyes, you might feel it a little bit more. But just notice. You might feel that tingling right away. What else do you experience? What does it feel like to shake up your nervous system right here? Which really just allows us to sequence out cortisol, this chemical that gets released. It's really protective to protect us from stress, but it can really build up in the body. So that's a really nice break to take at any point in time and shake anywhere that you'd like, right? Sometimes I go to the bathroom, I just kind of shake it out a little bit. Step your feet about hip width distance apart. Bend the knees pretty generously. Let the arms be heavy. We're going to take some helicopter movement with the arms as you find a little twist in the spine. And again, this might be one of those movements that at first you just kind of check it out, just trying to feel it out in your body and figure it out. This helicopter, the arms can be as big as you want them to get. really a little flop around the body, or it can be a little bit smaller. But it's that same type of idea. We're just kind of rocking across midline while we're twisting the spine. You choose how big, you choose how fast. For me and my body, it feels really good to let the arms flop against my torso, against my sides. So just check in with that. I've got to really disengage my arms to be able to do that. And I'm rocking from foot to foot. So I'm really rocking the energy. Check it out. What are the mechanisms that you need here to do this movement? And then let's all bring it bigger. So bring it to your edge. It might not be as big as mine. It might be a little bit smaller. And then all of us, let's begin to slow it down. Let it get smaller. Just feel that smallness. And then take it back up slowly, slower than you want to, really controlling that slight increase. Letting the armpits get a little air. And then slow it down once again. Really slow, right to the last moment. Then if you'd like, you can stand tall with me. You can move and fidget and wiggle as needed. You might even notice that natural rock side to side. Wherever you are, just notice what it feels like to be you right now physically. Without labeling it, without diagnosing it, just being with the temperature in your body, being with the residues of the movements that we've been doing. And then take a deep breath in through your nose. Out the mouth, big exhale. Step the feet again very consciously. We're going to take the movement forwards and up with the arms. So big breath in. Stretch up, 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 up. And then as you bring the arms forwards, bend your knees and sweep the arms back behind you, kind of like airplane arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, draw the low belly up. Sweep the arms forwards and up. Take an inhale. Then it's the exhale breath that brings it back. Same motion, same movement, bend the knees, sweep the arms back. Stay with this on your own. You'll inhale to lift up and exhale to bring it back. And use this motion to find the right depth. So the right amount of movement for you. In this moment right now, some of you have done this before. So let go of what's felt good before and come into the idea that this is the first time you're doing this. And that you're really just listening to how your body wants to move between these two postures. Right? We've explored movement in one posture, but now we're connecting to the standing tall and the bending the knees in the squat. And for me, I really like to bring in a little bit of symbolism here. So on the inhale, as I reach, I like to imagine what I'm bringing in a little bit more of into my life. And as I bring the arms back, I'm letting go and I'm acknowledging what I no longer need. If you'd like to, you can practice that with yourself. So for instance, for me, I'm bringing in more presence, more gratitude. And like in a very felt way, not just because somebody told me to do that. And as I let it go, I'm letting go of self-doubt and I'm letting go of my unacceptance to anxiety, right? Those are my words. What are your words? And it's important that it's felt in the body. It's not just thoughts in the mind. So it's really what's meaningful to you. You know, maybe it's inhale, I'm excited for dinner. And exhale, I release my emails, right? Let it be very authentic and real. What do you want more of? What are you ready to release? What do you want to bring in more? And what are you ready to let go of? Where is there no more space for it? If you'd like, take about 3 more. You can slow it down, you can speed it up, you can make the movements bigger. But we'll meet in standing. After about the third one, maybe you take one more. As you stand tall, there's still some movements maybe. The intention is stillness. And notice if the muscles are really gripping. So even as you stand tall, can you find those spaces within the muscles that are grasping, clenching, and just use your mind, use your awareness to begin to coach these areas, to learn to disengage just 1% more. Change happens in baby steps. We're taking it down to the floor. I'm going to take us through a little connective movement if you'd like. If you know that this doesn't work for you and you want to meet us down there, feel free. Inhale, sweep the arms forwards and up just like we did. As you come forward, bend the knees, forearms maybe to your thighs for forward fold, or maybe arms down, dangling to the floor, maybe not. Everybody hands to thighs. Find a flat back. I've got my knees slightly bent. Hug your belly up. If your hamstrings feel really open, maybe the legs are straight. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and pull your heart forwards. Find a flat back here and pause. How's your breath? Feel the base of your mountain. Feel it rooted down. Then back to your forward fold. Maybe forearms to thighs, maybe hands to the floor. Let the head go. As you come down to tabletop position, do so very mindfully. So my hands are to the floor. Maybe use blocks. Maybe use a different pathway. No judgment as you get yourself here. Slowly take it onto the belly. Hug the elbows in and back if you'd like to focus on a little more alignment. If this is painful at all, you're welcome to bring a blanket right across the low belly like a belt. It can be really nice. Hands beneath the elbows, legs long, begin to peel the heart up. I call this adult tummy time. I've seen babies hold this for like minutes. It's really, really, really amazing. And as our spines begin to round because of our lifestyle, us adults have a harder time. So at any point in time, if you need to bring the head down and rest, feel free. And I'm not saying that about babies so that we compete, like, oh, baby, I can hold longer than you, right? But just so that you know that you've got that capability to find strength. Take a big breath in. Slowly lower down. Bring your left ear to the floor and extend your arms long by your sides. Take a moment to let your entire body be heavy. Feel the neck stretch. Bring your chin back to center. And this time, walk your forearms out in front of you. See if you can bring your elbows pretty close to right beneath the shoulders. Then as you push down into the center of your forearms, push down into your toenails. You might push into the feet so much, the tops of the feet where the shoelaces are, that your kneecaps strengthen away from the floor. Maybe not. Now check in with picking up the low belly just a little bit and puffing up the heart by squeezing the shoulder blades together. Pull the forearms back energetically and feel your edge. Stay here or extend the hands out to the corners of your yoga mat. My fingers are angled out. And then straighten the arms if you'd like for a deeper back bend. This is absolutely an option. Please do not do it if it is painful. Please do not do it if you feel like you're trying to be in competition. Remember that this is medicine. We're slightly compressing the low back to give it a little bit of contraction for sensation. Pick up the low belly, lift up, up, up. Slowly lower down. Right ear to the mat. Gaze to the left. Same thing with the arms. Arms down by the sides. Feel your heart beating against the floor. And you're in a unique situation here to witness the movement of your front ribs as you breathe. Because the back body is a little bit stronger than the viscera of the front body, you can really feel the movement of that muscle, the diaphragm itself. It's this parachute muscle that separates the cavity of the abdomen from the cavity of the chest. Just really pay attention to the mechanisms of that breath. Without any story, just observing. Slowly bring your forehead forwards onto your hands. So my elbows are out wide. I've stacked my hands, forehead to the back of my hands. Bend your knees and windshield wiper the shins side to side, maybe in the same direction, maybe alternating. But just beginning to check in with the hips, checking in with how you can move the feet all the way from the ball and socket joint of the hips. Notice if the front of the pelvis is lifting off from the ground. Can you let it be heavy so you stretch out the psoas muscles, the muscles that allow you to walk around, that get really tight in the lifestyle, our modern lifestyle, right about now, right? July 2020. As you straighten the legs once again, any other movement you need on the belly, feel free to take it. Then slowly plant the hands beneath the elbows to press up to tabletop very mindfully. Bring your feet out in front of you and come to lying on your back for our final time. Now you might notice that I take my bun out. So if you have long hair, it can be really healthy for the neck to let the back of the head be flush on the floor. So I'm not trying to balance on my ponytail or my bun or anything else that might be there. The head is nice and flush. As you plant the feet flat, stack the knees directly over your ankles and bring your arms down by your sides. It might take you a moment to get this next exercise, but I know you've got it. So if you want to watch me first, if you want to listen first, feel free. I know a lot of us are visual learners. We're going to take bridge waves. So as you inhale, gently lift the hips up just a little bit. You drive the weight down into your heels. I'm using the back chain of my legs, my hamstrings, and my glute muscles to pick up my pelvis. And as you continue to press down into the heels, like really spike them into the floor, you can pick up the hips just a little bit more. If you ever feel pain in the knee, you can readjust the placement of your feet so it's more spacious. As you lift your hips up all the way to your edge, slowly lift your arms up like zombie arms, palms down to the floor. Keep the gaze straight up to the sky and reach the arms up overhead. So if you have to look at the camera and turn your head, bring the hips down and look at this first, and then do the exercise with the gaze straight up to avoid any cranking on the neck that could happen unintentionally. Then as we exhale, we're going to articulate each vertebra. You feel that connection of each vertebra against the floor, and I'm massaging them down as I match my exhale breath to bring the hips and the hands down at the same time, as best as you can. And then you take a moment, and you let the pelvis slightly arc, and then you lengthen the tailbone forwards to the heels and peel the low back up as you zombie and lift the arms. Smooth inhale to the top of the breath and the peak of the posture. Then exhale, slowly take it down each vertebra, matching the bottom of the exhale with the start right at the bottom of the posture. Take this on your own. Inhale to lift you up, nice and smooth through both nostrils, all the way to the edge, heart to the chin, chin away from the heart. And you slowly take it down. The exhale breath is nice and long, out the nose or out the mouth. So our nervous system, right, I'll keep talking about it because it's what makes yoga so potent. The inhale is that part of you, that autonomic part of you that goes towards action, right? It's like that Beatles song, A Day in the Life. Right? That part of the song, that's your autonomic nervous system. You got to get to work. You've got to get things done. You've got to take care of the kids, right? We need to learn how to be activated. So that's the top of this. Really feel that full lift. Then the bottom of this, the base of bridge, the bottom of the exhale, that's your late evening. That's your body's ability to say the day is done. So see if you can match the length of the inhale and the activation to that same exhale and letting go, right? We need both. It's the yin and the yang. If you'd like to take a couple more, feel free. How big and easy can you allow the breath to be? How much articulation along the spine can you create without judgment? And it's a practice. You get good at what you practice. And in this case, we have to practice very often because we forget. We are human. We judge. We create story. It's what we do. Take one more if you'd like. When you're ready to pause, because you might be there. It's the same options as start of class. Feet wide, knees in, legs long, or butterfly. If you'd like, you can bring your hands onto your body. Maybe a hand to the heart, maybe a hand to the navel. And with dignity, go inside. Can you receive the felt sense of being you without negotiating it? Being here now with whatever is. Having a radical sense of faith. We're taking another spinal twist here. For some of you, you really like that knee in across the body thing. That's great if you want to take that again. I'm going to show you another option. Feet mat with distance. You'll rock to the pinky side edge of your left foot and big toe mound edge of your right. So you drop the knees to the left. So I didn't change the foot placement. I just rocked to the edges. Then you can look to the right if you'd like and just get a different stretch to the front of the right thigh, the outer left hip. Some of you, if this is not painful, you can cross the left ankle to the top of the right thigh. Heavy the right shoulder blade. You might even let your eyes soften or close your eyes. And you might allow the muscles of your face to just completely drain. There's no need for any social cues, just going inside. Gently, if you have the ankle crossed, take it off the thigh. If you've got the knee in towards the torso, you just roll onto the back. We'll all take it to the other side. If you're taking the same one as me, the feet just lift up so the soles of the feet are flat. Now rock to the big pinky, what is that? Pinky side edge of your right foot, big toe mound edge of your left. And you gaze all the way to the left and take a moment to feel the front of your left hip, right? It may not feel the same to cross the right ankle. It might feel a little more unpleasant. And if so, you might keep the ankle uncrossed. It's always up to you. Just because you did it on the other side doesn't mean it will help your body by doing it on the other side. Be here now, really listening to the red light, green light of your body. Oftentimes our body is communicating to us pretty accurately. We just negotiate it. We try to quiet the voices. We try to kind of suppress the impulses. If you've got the ankle crossed, uncross it. Lift the knees up to center. Keep the left knee flat. Extend the right leg up. Hands on the right hamstring. Roll out the right ankle. Roll out the right leg. Other direction with the right ankle. Now pull the leg in a little bit to get the hamstring stretched, but check this out. We're going to play around with this. Instead of pulling the leg in, push your hamstring into your hands. So you feel the right side of your low back getting a little bit heavier and a little bit more grounded. So I'm not pulling in. I'm pushing my right hamstring into my hands, and I'm using my hands as a boundary to give feedback back to my right hamstring. So I'm pushing into my hands as my hands push into my hamstring so I can ground my right side of the low back. Slowly place the right foot down and change sides. Left leg high, hands interlaced on the hamstring. Check in with the left ankle and foot. You can roll it out both directions. Move it through. Level out the pelvis and then draw in this leg just so you get that satisfaction for a moment. And then resist. So push the left hamstring into your hands. Ground the low back. And just take a moment to give yourself just a subtle sacral adjustment. Pushing equal and opposing pressure from hamstring to hands. Now check this out. Slowly, with a straight leg, extend the left leg down to the floor as long as that's not painful in your body. Extend the right leg out. Take a moment to settle into the low back. You might tuck the pelvis just a little bit to allow the sacrum to anchor down. Then if you'd like, you can extend the arms out to your sides. Notice how the shoulders want to shrug up. Can you pluck the shoulder blades together so you're kind of resting on the shoulder blades themselves? But then you let yourself surrender into it. So if they creep up just a little bit, it's all good. Take a smooth breath in through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. I'm going to walk us through a little squeeze and release meditation. If stillness feels like the right place for you to be in it. Letting those 10,000 things outside of you rest as you give your much deserved loving attention to you. If you'd like to do a little bit of movement with me, follow along. Curl your toes, both your feet, and really squeeze and contract every muscle in both your feet. Take a smooth breath in through your nose. As you exhale, let the feet open up, flop, and disengage. Both feet, curl the toes in, squeeze them as hard as you can. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Out the mouth, let the feet fully flop. Let the toes uncurl. Let everything go. Curl the toes last time. Squeeze the feet as hard as you can. Deep breath in. Out the mouth, let the feet go. Both hands, curl the thumbs, curl the fingers. Squeeze in as tightly as you can. Take a big breath in. Out the mouth, uncurl the hands. They might not fully open. Let it go. How can you make tight fists with your hands? Squeeze it in as tight as you can. Hold that squeeze. Take a big breath in. Fill up. Let it go as you open the hands. Exhale out the mouth. Last time with the hands. Curl the fingers in. Squeeze in tightly. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Notice areas that can disengage, that can unclench, that can get a little more spacious. Allow there to be space between your teeth, and release the tongue from the palate at the roof of your mouth. If you'd like, you can stay here in stillness for just a moment longer with me. Take a moment to feel yourself, feel your body, notice your physical experience. And if this is a sweet spot to rest in, I encourage you to stay longer. Most of us are striving to feel better, are striving to heal, but we don't need to learn to try harder. We need to learn to try softer. So if you are in a state of relaxation, stay with it. If you'd like to wake up with me, the time is right. You can feel a deeper breath. You can find some movement here on your back. No right, no wrong, just you checking in with what needs to be moved. I like to bend my knees and stamp my feet flat to stretch my arms up to really lengthen the side bodies and brighten through the hands. Spreading the fingers wide. You might shift the knees around. You might move a little bit. Then slowly either rolling onto one side of your body or coming straight up. Move slowly and gracefully into a seated position of any type. If you'd like, it's a gesture of equanimity, a gesture of respect, of hands together in front of the heart. You can feel how the right hand meets the left and the left hand meets the right, representing the call for balance. Take a moment with yourself and identify one thing in your mind that you are grateful for in this moment. And allow yourself to really be real about this. Be authentic about it. Feel it in your body. That one thing can be small, can be huge, that you are grateful for in your life right now. And really allow your body to savor that, to really absorb and receive the felt sense of that gratitude. We say namaste in yoga because it represents a mindful goodbye. You're welcome to say it to me. But even though I don't see you on YouTube, thank you for being here. Thank you for taking an hour out of your day to be with yourself. It's a really big deal. From my heart, from my home, namaste. Blessings to you guys. Blessings to you all. Thank you for being here. Happy Wednesday. So if you want to poke in, you want to say hi, feel free. I know a lot of you have already donated, but there's a little donation button connected to this if you want to give that way. Thanks, Cole. Thanks, Jessica. You guys are amazing. This is such a strange time to be alive. And so it just is the right time for me to be on YouTube. But just know that if you are struggling, there is support, there is always help. And it doesn't matter what you're going through, there are people out here to help you. So whether you feel comfortable reaching out to me, whether you feel comfortable reaching out to somebody in your community, please reach out. We are social beings, and right now we are being asked to stay away from one another. So how can you get the support you need? I love you guys. Take care. Be well. Keep finding those opportunities to find pleasurable movement in your body, whatever that means, however that looks. And I'll see you guys next time. I just want to stay on here to keep chatting. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you, Alan. Lissy, I love you so much. Thank you guys for all your support. Aw. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Andrea. It's kind of cool that you guys get to watch this video whenever, too. Ah, be well. Bye.